Hey, I'm doing America.
Keep it clean.
I'll do my best to keep it clean.
Don't give the left any reason to delete your video, dude.
I'm not gonna left any reason to delete this video. I'm just gonna speak fucking facts. Like fact number one. You got offended in my last video. It's only because I use really bad language and descriptive narratives, and I'm sorry for being misguided in the ways that I did and the thinking I did to do that with. And for that, I'm sorry. But still, the point was there, and I can't be sorry for the point I was trying to make. And that's the reason that video got taken down, because I really dislike some of the shit that I'm hearing. And I said some really stuff, and I use certain narratives to describe ignorant people and go back and break down history and facts and where certain words come from and certain ways we think come from and certain things that if you actually were in school you weren't getting taught, probably you wouldn't know about. So for that, I'm sorry. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more intelligent about everything that everything I do. But that's not going to keep me from using explicitive tones, because I drop the F-bomb a lot, and I do smoke a lot of cigarettes, and I say a lot of curse words, and I am a Native American that's kind of right to be pissed. So let's just go on. Let's go ahead and start with this. Cigarettes have become so fucking expensive, and the government's making a shit ton of money on these. You think states that charge $11 a pack of smokes, that you think those guys are getting a lot of money? No. Pack of smokes still cost the same amount of money it took to make 50 years ago. Has it kept people from smoking? No. People smoke. I need to quit? Yes. Everybody needs to quit smoking. But do we? No. It's personal choice. It's part of being American. You're not allowed to do that. Just like beers. Go Cards. Got a choice to do that too. They tried to ban it once, didn't work out too well. Now let's go to the Second Amendment. Guns. Legal guns are good. Illegal guns are bad. Most guns that are used in mass shootings are legal guns. And most people that are crazy madhouse nuts don't have criminal backgrounds. Can't regulate it. So you got red flags. So they're going to try to put red flags on people that are mentally disturbed, which is bring me to my next point. Social media. I mean, a lot of people think social media. I'm just gonna grab my hat so much because I'm like really trying not to say really mean, hateful shit, because I don't like socialism and communism. And I know people that came from those countries and they don't like it either. So I'm really holding back my tongue. So every time you catch me grab my hat, I'm holding back my tongue. Because I can say a lot of shit. I got a breath full of it I could bring to you. But I'm not going to. But anyway. Guns. And psychos. Guns and psychos don't mix. I think I've said this a couple times. And old Bernie there, he admitted that 99.9% of gun owners are not the 0.1% of psychopaths. But having the option for psychopaths to get guns is a problem for the 0.99 or 99.9%, which doesn't help, because psychopaths will figure out a way to kill people anyway. So that's kind of an issue. further background checks, this, that, and the other thing. You open up yourself. If you're going to be a psychopath, you're probably posting shit on social media like an idiot. Because back in the day, you know, I used to have ideas of, you know, beating up my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend because she left me for him and stuff, and, you know, and poisoning some serious harm. But it wasn't like me. I'm old school. I didn't ever have an idea of doing it with a gun. Like, I would just, like, show up to your house, drag you out of your bed, and beat the fucking ever-living piss out of you for stealing my sweetheart, and then throw you out a window. Guess what? You're probably going to live. Because you didn't get shot, stabbed, or hurt. You're just going to get an ass whooping. But that's old school point of views. We don't, I mean, these kids today growing up don't have that. They're like wanting terminal fucking hate against you. Now, kids that have terminal hate against other people are not part of that regime of us old school folks. Us old school folks rather just go out there, hash it out. And if you're really cool about it, guess what? You're going to get up, no matter if you lost, you won, have a beer. Or smoke a stogie or whatever you want to do. Go fishing together. I don't care. Sometimes physical conflict leads to good things. But when you have terminal physical conflict, that's not good. And that's some of these kids today and mentally challenged. Well, not mentally challenged. I'm not going to say mentally challenged, but mentally blocked from being able to express their views to a person without feeling they're in danger of their own lives. Or I don't even know how to go with that. I'm not a psychologist, but kids that think it's cool to go. I mean, they have no records. I mean, they're no minor in possession of alcohols. No got caught with a bag of weeds. No got caught with a bag of whatever the hell they had in their pockets. You know, even kids that got caught robbing a house. These kids that are doing this shit have no record. So I mean, the only thing you can go by is social media. Now, I'm condoning to tell mass murderers to shut the fuck up on social media. No, I think mass murderers should speak as much as they can on social media. I think they should just be like MSNBC. All those mass murderers should say all the lies and all their ill intent right on the media. Let everybody have it, and then we should be able to flag them down. Because I don't stand for that, and I'm not a part of that. And look, I don't believe in lying, so I mean, everybody kind of gets into their own little boat, and you need to, you know, quirk out a white lie every now and then. But hey, you want to get off work one day? Yeah, my gut hurts. I'm gonna let you know. I mean, you can't, you know, use an asteroid fell out of the sky and hit my fucking house kind of way to get out of work, because they're probably going to find out about it. But if you stay honest and just, I mean, some people just have a thing with being honest. I mean, I'm sure the kid that killed all those people down there that believed in the robots were coming to take our jobs and all that shit down in El Paso. I mean, if you read his manifesto, you'd understand that. Again, I'm trying to hold my tongue back from all the fucking idiots that are out there trying to say some shit, but that's okay. I'm here to inform you. Gun control is never going to be a fucking issue because Japan has, I mean, I hate to say this, the lady in Dayton, Ohio said Japan has no problems with gun. No. Japan leads us over anyone else in the country over gun control. And they have more mass shootings than us. So let's just start with that. She actually said it on TV, and I went and researched it, and I found out, yeah, that's a lie. So I'm going to get off the gun control aspect because that's going to piss me off. But I've already talked to you guys about that before anyway. Next aspect I want to talk to you guys about is Democrats and Joe Biden. I don't know if you guys ever did your research on Joe Biden. Hold my tongue back. Joe Biden, and I just let you know, Democrats were the leaders of the KKK. They are the Southern South, which I plan to move to one day, but I'm not a Democrat because now all the Southern South states are predominantly Republican, and they're doing way good right now. That's why I'm leaving this state. That and the fact that this state's not big enough for me and another person to be in at the same time, and I'm tired of their attacks. I don't even want to talk to them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear from them. I don't even want to see a text from them. That's how bad it's gotten. So I'm leaving. But on the greater aspect of the greater good, Joe Biden is a racist. Joe Biden in his entire life has always stood next to his KKK members. And Obama, I don't even know how he ended up Obama's freaking presidential vice president. But Obama was a guinea pig. So let's go back to Obama. Obama was an Acorn Union attorney that fought for slavery. And the Democrats have always fought for slavery, and that's why we have unions. Because when you work for a union, you have to pay the union out of your wages, even though they give you huge amounts of money. But here's the deal in the union. You can only go so far. You're not going to make it too much further out of a union. You might make it to union boss. But if you're an employee for a union or a union worker, you have limits. Now, I'm not going to say the union limits ain't bad, but that's why American shit costs so damn much. Trust me, I know all about unions. I've had to work around unions all my life. And let me tell you something. Unions are horrible. What it is just as much as the South had to pay for a slave, if you made that an actual number, all right, so slaves weren't cheap. Slaves were like really, really expensive. Slaves were like 4 times the cost of a horse. I might be wrong on that one. Do your research. But they're really expensive. I know that. And they had to paid for these people, not only just to buy them, but to maintain their living. Kind of like an animal. Or a horse. You want to put it in that one. A horse that works. And unions did the same thing. They enslaved you. And that's what a union does. Enslaves you. And if you move from the if you move from the union, you're now a slave. You're now a scab. Do your research. Trust me. This will fucking enlighten you. So, on that aspect of things, if you're a Democrat and you believe in left society, you are for slave owners. You want to be a slave. You're actually enticing yourself to be a slave. And that's the real deal, Holyfield. Now, here's the deal. Slavery's changed throughout the years. You're no longer actually called a slave. They can't formally say that. I mean, these Democrats aren't going to come out there and be like, we're going to enslave you. Because what did slaves have to deal with? Their owners. So if you enlarge the government to take care of everybody in the world, who's a slave master? Just saying. So if you really love slavery and you guys want to go back to that fucking bullshit, I would imagine you probably shouldn't be fucking... I mean, everybody in America is against slavery, but the far left is wanting to enslave you. Think about it. They want to enslave you. Look at all the information out there. They want to give you free health care. They want to give you free money. They don't want you to have to work. Who's going to pay for that? You are, by doing what they want you to do. Slave ownership. Then they're going to tell you can't smoke these, you can't drink these, you can't go out and use a freaking badass gun to fucking shoot a bunch of hogs, or if you're like my sister, use a 75 round drum and an AK-47 to remove trees out of the backyard. Because you can. You can do it. Trust me, I've watched her do it twice. Can't do it with any American-made arm because they jam. AK-47 is the only way to roll on those. You could shoot, and it's not fully automatic. This is semi-automatic. Full as fast as you can pull the trigger. 75 round drum, 2 trees down. That's badass ammunition. Plus, if you're going hog hunting, bolt action rifles won't stop the hog from coming at you after you shoot it the first time. You better be able to shoot it like 10 more times just to make sure it doesn't run your ass over or kill your kid when you're out hog hunting. Luckily enough, the kid that killed Hogzilla had a really, really big gun with a really, really good shot. Shot a 1,400 pound one. Google it. Anyway, so if you're into slavery, I would totally. I mean, like all of you guys. Joe Biden's all about slavery. He voted on the left for everything. He was a true Democratic back in the day. He fought against freaking Martin Luther King. Oh, I've always been for civil. No, you haven't. Fucking liar. If you don't like Joe Biden, look at Kamala Harris. Before weed was legal in freaking in California, she sent all kinds of people to jail and laughed about it after she got done puffing a big old fat joint. So, I mean, she's enslaving you. Think about it. The left wants to enslave you. And it sounds great. You know why? Because what did the slaves get when they showed up here? Free living, free work, free everything. But they weren't allowed to own guns, they weren't allowed to drink, and they weren't allowed to smoke. Matter of fact, slaves got punished entirely way too much for drinking and smoking. I'm just putting it out there, guys. That's why I'm going to call this video hashtag anti-slavery. Because everybody that believes in this shit. So all your Antifa running around freaks that are like anti-fascists, pro-slavery. All you lefties out there calling my bad, Trump a racist, love slavery. So you guys got to think about who's the racist here and who's trying to divide who. Because the left right now is trying to figure out who's going to be slaves and who's not. And I'm holding my tongue back because there's a lot of shit I could say that's even more deeper than this. But do your fucking research. If you're a Democrat, you love slavery. All about it. You want to make the government so big you can enslave the entire country to do whatever you want. So do your history. Do some research. I'm not going to teach you it in school. I saw some shit today that they're going to make capitalism teaching in California was illegal. You know, they're going to pass a bill in California where your kids can't learn about Abe Lincoln and George Washington and the forefathers. They're just going to make it all about people that shoot cops, and that's a real thing. I mean, real thing. OLN was the one that posted that one. But anyway, my biggest point here, guys, if you're anti-slavery, boy, you better walk away. And if you are pro-slavery, keep on going, man, because they're going to enslave you, they're going to enslave us, and then by that time they find out that America's completely enslaved, and And we got some crazy basher in office that's not Trump, that believes in freedom, which Trump believes in freedom, not Biden. Biden doesn't believe in freedom. Biden wants to enslave you. Read about it. Do your research. Biden hung out with those guys. So did Hillary Clinton. The leader of the Ku Klux Klan, where they're fucking... That was his mentor. That was both their mentors. They loved the shit out of him. So, real quick, if you love slavery, vote Democratic. If you're a pro-slave activist, you want the American people enslaved, because it's not down to color anymore. They're right. Everybody's an equal opportunity slave at this point in time, fuckers. So, I don't want to be a slave. I'm going to do everything I can not to be enslaved. I mean, my native people fought tooth and bone not to be enslaved. That's why they quit the fight against us and moved us to a place and said, hey, this is yours. This is your area, and we're not going to enslave you. You can do whatever the hell you want on your area. Just don't come out of your area. But what the Democrats did was, after a Republican freed you, the Democrats of the South decided to go ahead and enslave you again. And it's even more disgusting than that, because after that failed and the Republicans saved your ass again with civil rights. So, all right, just think about this once. Not once, but twice, Republicans have saved black people. And now you're trying to tell me that the Democrats are going to try it for a third time. They're going to try to enslave you for a third time. And this time, it's not just black people, it's everybody. So if you want to be enslaved, get on the boat and have your happy ass a good enslavement, because the rest of us are going to fight for our freedoms. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys make up your own fucking decisions. And like I said, I'm sorry for my rhetoric on the last one, but my point's still the same. You want to be ignorant enough to become a slave again? Vote Democratic. Just real quick before I stop. The Democrats are making you hate freedom. Look around you. People that are pro fucking freedom run businesses, and all these ignorant people are boycotting that because they're embracing slavery. So if you love slavery, if you're a big old fan of slavery, get on board with those fucking nasty Democrats, because I like smoking cigarettes and drinking beer, and I ain't looking to live forever. So hopefully the cigarettes and beer catch up to me, and I'll die before freaking slavery is an option in America again. And if it doesn't happen, you know what? I might quit smoking. I might quit drinking. But the way it's looking, a lot of you idiots out there love slavery. So, there it is. Actually, I'm going to call it hashtag the left loves slavery. How about that? Anyway, you guys, have a great, wonderful Friday. It's Friday. I'm going to go have some fun, hopefully catch some fish. Enjoy my freedoms as a free person. Because it sounds like it's getting ready to get real unlimited here in a minute. 2 freedoms. Either for me or for you slave goers. Alright, slavers. You want you guys to get to slaving, because I'm going to go enjoy freedom. Again, I love you. I'm done with you. And have a great freaking weekend. A blessed weekend. Full of Allah, God, Jesus, and Moses. And Shiva, and Buddha, and all those guys. Why don't you guys go all get up together and smoke a joint and think about slavery for a minute. Have a great weekend. Love you.